Hi, I'm Jennifer Runyon at Intersolar North America 2013, and my guest right now is the CEO and founder of Intersolar. That's Markus Elsässer. Welcome.
Hi, Jennifer.
Thanks so much for coming here to talk about the show. Congratulations on another one. It's been really great so far. We're 2 days into it. What are your thoughts? Are you feeling good about it?
Absolutely. So it's the sixth time that we are here in San Francisco, 6th year in a row with Intersolar North America. And it's always great to be here in California, in this wonderful city. So it's the hotspot of the solar industry in the US. And so we had a very good visitor turnout so far. The floors were packed. So I think it's really a good show this year.
Yeah, I've noticed it. So how does this compare to other years?
I mean, from the beginning, when we came to the US, we saw that the market was growing, so in terms of installed capacity, and so the show developed very well. So if we compare it with the first year, we have more than 4 times the floor space than we had in 2008. So it was a very good development so far.
Wow. So Intersolar is expanding in many ways in terms of the technologies that are here and the markets that are served. So I first wanted to ask you about some of the new technologies, or I shouldn't say new technologies, but the greater amount of certain technologies that we've seen, and I'm talking about energy storage. So tell me a little bit about how that segment of the market has grown through Intersolar.
So energy storage is a very important segment for us, a very important topic, and we started already 3 years ago to include programs in our conference, to have special exhibits about storage, because if you reach higher penetration of solar into the grid, at a certain point you definitely need storage, and we are pretty optimistic that we will see a very dynamic development in the next couple of years in this field. And so that's the reason why we have dedicated floor space, a dedicated segment for energy storage, and we have at this show we have about 40 companies showing storage solutions. And 3 weeks back we had our Intersolar Europe show, and there we came from 15 companies 3 years ago to more than 200 showing storage solutions. So this shows that there will be a dynamic development in the market.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, that over 200 from 15 3 years ago. That is just a staggering amount of growth for that segment. So also, are there any other new technologies that you're showing here?
I mean, storage is certainly the one which is growing at the fastest at the moment, but also the whole balance of systems segment is still growing. Because over the last 2 or 3 years, everybody was focused on bringing the costs down and the efficiency up in the cell and module area.
Yeah.
But now I think that there's a shift now, a little bit of the focus. So we are now more concentrate more on the whole balance of system segment to bring costs down in this area in terms of mounting system, installation costs, inverter development of the inverter technologies, and but we also have this year for the first time we have a special exhibit about electricity, e-vehicles, e-mobility, a combination of PV carports with e-mobility and charging stations. So this is also very well attended.
Yeah. That's an interesting segment to watch grow as well, the PV carports. So what about other markets that Intersolar has extended to? I mean, you've started recently a show in São Paulo, is that what you said?
Yeah, so Intersolar is the world's leading exhibition series of the solar industry. We are now on the market for over 20 years, and so we have more than 3,000 exhibitors worldwide, over 100,000 visitors. And we are on 4 continents, and so we just started last year with our event in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. So last year it was just a one-day conference, but this year we will be again in Sao Paulo also with exhibit. So the Brazilian market is just about to take off, so they introduced last year a net metering regulation, and so up to now the market was very small with about 20 gigawatts or so of installations, which is almost nothing, but now we are pretty optimistic that we will see a very good development of PV, especially in the future.
Awesome. All right, so Latin America, China,
India, and Europe for sure, and North America. So we started India 2009. And at that time, this was pretty much the same situation than we see now in Brazil. So the Indian market at that time was also only 20 megawatts of grid-connected installations. But then the Indian government introduced a national solar mission, and this really pushed the market. And we are not now, the Indian market, we are not talking about a gigawatt market in India.
Wow.
So hopefully we'll see the same in Brazil.
Yeah. Any thoughts about Africa?
Africa at the moment we don't have an event there, but there's also good development in South Africa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on in the Middle East now, so there were big announcements about installing 48 gigawatts in Saudi Arabia alone. So I think this is a good thing if you look at the global solar market. In the past it was only or mostly Germany and Europe, so it was about 70-80% market share, and now there are more and more gigawatt markets coming, and so I think it's a good development. Yeah,
so solar is spreading all over the world, and Intersolar is right there to help people showcase their products. Thanks so much, Markus Elsässer, CEO of Intersolar, and I'm Jennifer Runyon in San Francisco.